Yeah, Bro Dare wrote one
Brother
nice.
Darren. Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him.
What's something heavy?
They keep talking that jump. Pop that trunk. Hit him, hit him.
That was back in the
Back in the days.
to lock your door and the keys to play outside or hike in the woods. Too bad the youth today don't have it that good.
I'm back by the power of God. That's God given, Holy Spirit driven, and I'm trying to teach you suckers the right way, but you don't want to.
I put the lyrics of that song up against anything that's out there. I said anything. Now, Ava asked the question. And we already on top of it. You asked the question. What do I think about the new virus? The new Omicron? Well, Omicron, Ajicon, whatever they call it. No, it's Omicron. What do I think? I think back to a show I did last spring. Not the spring that just passed, but the spring of last year. Well, I told y'all, it's coming. You're going to walk into the pharmacy. You're going to see cold and flu and COVID-19. I stated that several times in 2020. So it looks like the virus ain't going nowhere. The same way the cold don't go nowhere. We got a family member down with a cold right now. The same way the flu don't go nowhere. You don't cure a cold. You sweat it out. They can give you some things to make you comfortable, but your body has to kill the virus. Whether it's the cold, whether it's the flu, or now COVID-19, whether it's the SARS, the bird flu, and everything else. We have in our body, I believe it's in the white blood cells, but we're given, this is based on heredity. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. We're given a certain amount of T cells. These T cells, for some reason, they don't come out right away. I don't know if they're hidden, but everybody has T cells. If anybody know anything about HIV and AIDS patients, when their T cell count get low, that's when you know they get ready to die. We have a T cell that deals with infections. The body does things to make the virus uncomfortable until the T cells come out there and whip it. That's why you shiver. That's why you get a temperature. It's to make the virus uncomfortable. I don't believe there's going to be a cure for the coronavirus. I don't believe we're going to be rid of it. The best we can hope for is to get it down to a certain level, to where nobody think of it. People are walking around like the COVID don't exist. But if we go look at the numbers, it's still there. But people think that because we got vaccinated, that it's going to go away. It's not going away. We still picking up 100,000 new cases every day. How is it going away? It's still there. But public perception, people are so desperate to get back to the ways of normal that they are ignoring the fact the virus is here and it's not going anywhere. I made some suggestions back in last March, last May, last April, and everybody told me to shut up. They not going to shut down. They not going to not make no money. We had a chance last March to snuff out the disease. We didn't take it. We didn't take it. And we've lost over 600,000 Americans. We didn't take it. Y'all told me to shut up. Y'all told me I was crazy. I was tweeting Donald Trump. Shut the country down. Y'all remember? Shut the country down. Give everybody a $5,000 stimulus check. Make everybody stay in the house for 2 weeks. You can go outside in your yard, but you gotta stay on your property. Take that $4,000 or $5,000 for the men. Make you a man cave. For the women, build you a room that you can entertain when the 2-week shutdown is over. During that 2 weeks, everybody go out and get the food you need. You got $4,000 or $5,000. It's only 2 weeks. Get you a big color TV and a surround sound system. And just stay there. Stay in the house. You can come out on your porch and in your backyard, but stay in the house. 2 weeks. Shut the country down. Give the people that's overseas, if they want to come home, they can come home. They want to stay out where they are, stay there. You ain't coming back. Not until every other country get their CV in check. Nothing in, nothing out. If somebody bringing the ship in, they got to stay in hibernation or incubation or whatever you call it, where they got to stay. If we had to put them up in the hotel, they got to stay 2 weeks. You're not bringing anything in. You're not taking anything out unless you get checked. 2 weeks. There wouldn't be not one case of the coronavirus in this country. The people that's going to die. And everybody else will recover. Instead of worrying about how we're going to get the oil. Start making electric cars. Start making the planes. Start making everything run on electricity and gas. That's jobs. Somebody got to train the people. Somebody got to work. We'll be too busy working to worry about what the rest of the world is doing. And we won't have no COVID. Other countries are going to see what we're doing. They're going to start doing it. And then only the third world countries will have the COVID. But we dropped the ball. We literally had young people sending us videos. United States, don't become like us in the UK. Please don't. They had truckloads of dead bodies. They ain't even know where to put them at. And we sat there and watched that, and Donald Trump did nothing. Then we sat here and watched the trucks full of dead bodies, the semi-trucks, trailers, sitting in New York City. And still did nothing. You couldn't get a real mask. You can say what you want to say about Obama. Obama had left a cachet. Trump came in and got rid of all of it. Obama had it set up that if we ever got another case of an airborne disease, every family will be delivered 5 masks. 5 real masks. People walking around today with cloth masks on. February will be 2 years. It's still hard to get a real N95 mask. This is how badly this was handled. We have 3 vaccines, yet the numbers are still high. With people still dying, you got the workers, the state workers, the firemen, the police don't want to get vaccinated. You work for the people. When you take a state job, you work for the people. The people pay your salary. If I'm elderly and I could die from the COVID vaccine, why do you think I want a paramedic to come save my life and kill me at the same time? This is when people got to stop being selfish. You work for the people, not for yourself. Yourself ain't paying you nothing. If you got a state job, you work for the people. Whether that's police, fire department, wherever you work in the mayor's office, wherever you work at, if you paid by the people, you got to make concessions to keep that job. I'm having a heart attack. I got to worry about is the paramedics supposed to be saving my life? Are they going to give me the virus? Some paramedics, some police officers have to give mouth to mouth. Would you like to get mouth to mouth from somebody that's got the virus that didn't want to get vaccinated? You could be brought back to life just to die again. All this could have been avoided. We could have been the only state in the world that have, the only country in the world that have no cases. Nobody wouldn't listen. And the sad part is, it's still not too late. We can still do what I said. 2 weeks. 2 weeks before Christmas. Lock it all down. We can have a great Christmas holiday and have a great New Year's. Everybody that's going to kick the bucket, going to kick the bucket. When we come out of that 2 weeks, two-week lockdown. Don't let nobody in. Don't let nobody out the country. We won't have no coronavirus. We can use the oil that they have in the reserve. We can start drilling in the Anwar while we get electric gas cars, hybrids up and running. Everybody will have a job. Everybody be working. We ain't gonna have time to be worrying about what they doing in Saudi Arabia. We ain't gonna have time to worry about what they doing in Japan. We ain't gonna have time to worry about them. We gonna be doing our own thing. And we won't have no virus. But you got people that's selfish. You got people who think that they can't go a day without sitting in a bar. You got people that think they can't go a day without sitting in a restaurant somewhere. Tell them people, you got a problem, get out the country then. You can come back when it's all over. We don't want you. If all you think about is yourself, we don't want you. Leave, get out. Takes courage to say that. As I kept saying it, our numbers kept dropping. People was getting mad. Somebody get mad when you ask them to put a mask on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like wearing a mask. But I got respect for my fellow men, women, and children. When y'all see me go inside a store, I put the mask on. When I go in the hospital, I put the mask on. When I come back out, I yank it down. If a lot of people are around me, I put it on. Even if I'm outside. It's a matter of respect. If you don't respect your fellow man, who wants you in the country? Get out. If all you care about is yourself, who needs you? Who needs you? We don't need you. Let's take a look at this article here. New York officials confirmed 5 cases of Omicron COVID variant in New York City metro area. 1 Omicron case was discovered in Long Island and 4 in the boroughs that make up New York City. 2 in Queens, 1 in Brooklyn, 1 in Manhattan. New York City Health Commissioner David Chosky said the cases indicated that Omicron was spreading throughout the community, not just in travelers. Governor Hochul assured residents that the discovery of Omicron cases in New York doesn't mean she will call for widespread lockdowns. New York officials have confirmed 5 cases of the Omicron COVID variant 19 in the New York City metropolitan area. Governor Kathy Hochul announced late Thursday, hours after cases were detected in Minnesota and Colorado. One case was discovered in Suffolk County on Long Island and 3 other boroughs that make up New York City. 2 in Queens, 1 in Brooklyn, 1 in Manhattan, she said at a press briefing. Minnesota health authorities confirmed the second U.S. case of Omicron COVID variant earlier Thursday in a resident who recently returned from New York City. So a resident who recently returned from New York City became Minnesota's first case. Well, they got a video. Hold on a second. We play it. No commercials.
Yeah, Shep, at this point, all of the cases in the U.S., now at least 8 confirmed, appear to be mild. We know some were fully vaccinated, at least with one with a recent booster shot. And among the first 3 cases, we know they've recovered or are recovering. But health officials warn about reading too much into a few case reports. But we are starting to learn more out of South Africa, where cases are rising rapidly. Researchers there today said data show a 3-fold increase in the risk of reinfection compared with prior variants, meaning more people who already had COVID are getting it again with Omicron. We spoke with epidemiologist Dr. Salim Abdul Karim from South Africa about what things look like on the ground.
Is it spreading faster? And the answer to that is yes. What we are seeing, the early data, we now have data for about 7 days. The doubling time with this variant is faster than the doubling time that we've had in South Africa with the Delta variant and the Beta variant.
Now, whether Omicron is more severe, though, he says it's too early to tell. They have seen more younger people, including children, get hospitalized, but he cautioned against drawing firm conclusions at this point.
At this stage, it's not clear whether there's more severe disease in children. It seems more that we are seeing more children because the virus is spreading faster, and the clinical profile of the patients seems to be similar to what we saw under the Delta variant.
He thinks it's likely we will see more breakthrough infections with the vaccines, but he expects the vaccines to hold up well against severe disease. Nonetheless, he does think Omicron will require updated vaccines the same way we do for flu each year. And he warns if we do need new shots, the world should strive for equitable distribution this time around.
All right. New York Health Commissioner David Chofsky said the cases indicate there was a community spread, adding that the state is sequencing about 15% of all COVID tests, allowing them to pick up these trends over time. This is not just people who are traveling to South Africa or other parts of the world where Omicron has already been identified. Hochul showed residents that the discovery of Omicron cases in New York doesn't mean she will call for the same kind of widespread lockdowns at the beginning of the pandemic that shuttered businesses and put millions of New Yorkers out of work. We're in a far better place that people are informed. There's not a panic, she said Thursday night. It's still a public health crisis, but does not have to be a crisis that leads to a shutdown. The first confirmed U.S. case of the heavily mutated strain was detected in California, and the resident who had just returned to San Francisco from South Africa. We first reported the strain to the WHO about a week ago. The Colorado case was also confirmed in a traveler who had just returned from Southern Africa. The California, Minnesota, and Colorado cases were all diagnosed in fully vaccinated people who had mild cases. Hochul said the Suffolk County case is a 67-year-old woman who had at least one vaccine shot and just returned from South Africa with mild symptoms. So hold on a second. You got a 67-year-old woman who only had one vaccine shot. She didn't get the second. And she went to Africa, a third world country. Do y'all understand what I'm saying about people being selfish? She's in the high-risk category, being 67 years of age. And she didn't get both of the vaccines. So why in the heck is he traveling? And why she didn't get herself checked out before she came back? Do y'all understand what I say when people are selfish and don't care about their fellow man? Hawaii got a case of it too on the island of Oahu. Do y'all understand? People are so selfish. What will possess? She's 67 years old. So it's only 9:22. Let's look at the COVID cases. So far in the United States, 49,716,825 people have been diagnosed that we know of with the coronavirus. I said that we know of. 806,390 people have died from the coronavirus. If Trump would have listened to me, it wouldn't even have been 30,000. Let's take a look here. Because we know that California knows how to party in the city called Watts. Crime in the COVID-19. That's all they got. I'm talking about California. They picked up 6,214 new cases of the coronavirus. They lost 116 people. They have no active stats available. Let's two-step our way on down to Texas. They picked up 4,953 new cases. They lost 97 people. They got 52,000 people walking around infected. Let's go to the Sunshine State, Florida. They picked up 2,256 new cases, but they only lost one. They got 114,000 infected. New York, you're a native New Yorker. You're a native New Yorker. Well, New York picked up 10,238 new cases were diagnosed. They lost 55 people. They got 422,000 infected. I thought the virus was gone. Let's go to Illinois. Let's go to Chirac. 11,524 new cases reported. They lost 45 citizens. They got 131,500 walking around infected. I thought the virus was gone. Let's go to Pennsylvania. 9,143 new cases reported. They lost 128 people. They got 124,000 walking around infected. But the virus is gone, right? Let's go to Ohio. They picked up 9,131 new cases. But give them a hand because they lost none. They got 111,000 infected, though. Let's go to Georgia. Georgia on my mind. I caught the midnight train to Georgia. And I'm bringing the CV that I caught in California. Georgia picked up 1,520 new cases. They lost 39 people. They got 193,500 infected. Ain't nothing finer than the mountain ranges of North Carolina. They picked up 3,780 new cases. They lost 31 people. They got 32,500 infected. It's time to go to Michigan. What up, though? Dirty Detroit. They didn't check in today. Tennessee, Tennessee, they picked up 2,458 new cases. They lost 100 people. They got almost 16,000 walking around infected. Arizona, they picked up 4,012 new cases. They lost 33 people. They got almost 98,000 infected. New Jersey, they picked up 4,462 new cases. They lost 12 people. They got almost 92,000 walking around infected. Indiana, ooh-wee, somebody better find my hookah. They picked up 5,546 new cases. They lost 31 people. They got 81,500 walking around infected. Wisconsin, they picked up 6,156 new cases. They lost 47 people. No active stats. Virginia, 2,472 new cases. They lost 11 people. No stats. Massachusetts, they picked up 5,679 new cases. They lost 32 people. No active stats. Ain't nothing finer than the coastal lines of South Carolina. They picked up 1,127 new cases. They lost 36 people. They got 53,500 infected. Missouri, or should I say Missouri, they picked up 3,495 new cases. But give them a hand, because they lost none. They got 138,000 walking around infected, though. Minnesota, they picked up 5,206 new cases. They lost 72 people today. They got 19,500 walking around infected. Alabama, I said Alabama, they picked up 767 new cases. They lost 14 people. No active stats. Colorado, or should I say Colorado, they picked up 3,142 new cases. They lost 42 people. They got 211,500 walking around infected. Oh, shucky ducky. It's time to go to Mitch McConnell's state of Kentucky. They picked up 2,790 new cases. They lost 40 people. No active stats. Washington State, they picked up 1,897 new cases. They lost 24 people. They got 443,000 infected walking around. Louisiana, they picked up 473 new cases. They lost 6 people. No active stats. Oklahoma, they picked up 1,620 new cases, but they lost none. Give them a hand. They still got 8,500 walking around infected. Quick draw McGraw. Let's go to Utah. They picked up 1,981 new cases, but give them a hand because they lost none. They still got almost 31,000 walking around infected. Oh, it's time to go to my state. Ain't nobody caroling in my state of Maryland. I said, ain't nobody caroling in my state of Maryland. We picked up 1,828 new cases. We lost 9 people. No active stats. Iowa. 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 They didn't check in today. No stats. the fake Kansas, Arkansas, or Arkansas. 1,226 new cases. They lost 6 people. They got 6,700 walking around. Uh-oh. You got M-I, crooked letter I, crooked letter I, humpback I. Mississippi. They picked up 569 new cases, but they only lost 3. They got 5,700 walking around infected. Nevada, 932 new cases, but give them a hand because they lost none. They got 32,000 walking around infected. Uh-oh. It's time to sneeze on down the road. We gotta sneeze on down the road. When you got that COVID-19, you can't carry a load. Come on, let's sneeze on down the road. Kansas didn't check in today. Dorothy and Toto took the day off. Connecticut or Connecticut? How do you pronounce it? They picked up 1,627 new cases. They lost 44 people. They got almost 22,000 infected. Oregon, 1,035 new cases. They lost 42 people. They got almost 41,000 infected. New Mexico. I say it. New Mexico. They picked up 2,046 new cases. They lost 14 people. They got 44,500 infected. Nebraska. They picked up 1,305 new cases. They lost 10 people. No active stats. Idaho. Idaho. I said Idaho. Idaho. I said Idaho. 594 new cases reported. But give them a hand because they lost none. They got almost 170,000 infected, though. West Virginia, they picked up 1,466 new cases. They lost 50 people today. They still got 7,100 infected. It's time to roll that R. Y'all gonna help me roll that R? Because we got to go to Rhode Island. We can do better than that. We got to roll that R. I said Rhode Island. They picked up 973 new cases, but they only lost 4. No active stats in Rhode Island. It's time to go watch Tito Santana wrestle in that raggedy state of Montana. They picked up 332 new cases. They lost 17 people. They got almost 4,000 infected. South Dakota, they picked up 615 new cases. They lost 6 people today. They got 7,400 infected. New Hampshire, they picked up 1,378 new cases. They lost 7 people. They got 8,200 infected. North Dakota, 589 new cases. They lost 9 people. They got 3,300 infected. Delaware, I said Delaware. They picked up 651 new cases, but they only lost 3. They got 9,300 infected. Alaska, they picked up 342 new cases today, but they only lost 2. They got 31,500 infected. Uh-oh, my favorite one. It's a pain to live in Maine. So mundane, plain, because everything looks the same. Oh, it's so boring. It's bound to leave you snoring. It's a pain, a strain to live in Maine. Hit the chorus. It's so boring. It's bound to leave you snoring. It's a pain to live in Maine. They picked up 847 new cases of the coronavirus today, but they only lost 3. No active stats. Wyoming. 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 They picked up 285 new cases. But give them a hand because they lost none. They got 1,400 infected, though. Uh-oh. Hawaii 5-0. They picked up 126 new cases today, but they only lost one. No active stats. District of Columbia, the state's capital, good old DC, they picked up 126 cases new, but they only lost one. No active stats for DC. Vermont, not hard country. Dun 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 dun. The theme from Nihart, Vermont country, they picked up 624 new cases today, but they only lost one. They got 9,300 infected though. It's time to roll that all. We almost done, y'all. We almost done. It's time to roll that all though. We got to go to Puerto Rico. We can do better than that. We got to roll that R. Let's try this again. Puerto Rico. They picked up 184 new cases of the coronavirus, but they only lost one. They got 35,500 walking around infected. Our territory of Guam, they picked up 13 new cases, but they lost none. Give them a hand. They got 1,500 people infected walking around. United States Virgin Islands, they picked up 11 new cases, but give them a hand because they lost none. They got 43 people infected in the Virgin Islands. The Northern Mariana Islands, they picked up 104 new cases, but give them a hand because they lost none. They got 548 people infected on the islands. No stats for the American Samoa. No stats for the U.S. military. The U.S. veterans, 933 new cases reported. They lost 19 people. We still got 8,300 veterans infected. Federal prisoners, what's going on with the convicts? They picked up 9 new cases. But give them a hand. Give a hand for the convicts. We didn't lose none. Like somebody really care. Stop housing them. Let me stop. Let's get to our I'm sorry. The Navajo Nation, no stats. Our totals so far, who we know that we have tested and we know for a fact have the coronavirus or have had it, 49,716,825 that we know of so far. They say the virus is done, it's gone. How many new cases? 132,822. We picked up 132,822 new cases. Who said the virus is gone? Who said we beat the virus? We picked up almost 133,000 infections today. Can I say it again? We picked almost 132, well, 133 almost. A couple states didn't check in. More than a couple. What, like 5? So I believe we hit 133,000. How many people have died since February of 2020 from this virus that everybody keeps saying is gone? We lost 806,390 people to the virus. How many people died in one day? One day. We got 3 vaccines and a booster. 3 vaccines and the booster. 1,264 Americans died. But this is going away. We don't need no mask no more. We don't need to get vaccinated. We don't need anything. We all right. We lost 1,200 Americans in one day. 1,200 Americans dead in one day. How many Americans that we know of are walking around these here United States, supposedly the best country in the world, but we got 9.5 million people still infected with this coronavirus? These are active cases. 9,520,789. People act like this is a joke. It's on the back burner. It's forgotten about. Virus ain't going nowhere. The fact we still getting 132,000 in one day. 132,000 in one day. That's almost 133. So what do y'all think? Should we be concerned about the Omicron? The Wuhan and the Delta, the Alpha and the Beta variants are still kicking butt. 133,000 new cases in one day. And everybody didn't check in. But the virus is on the back burner. Only time you hear about it when somebody refuses to put a mask on, or when there's a new booster or something, or you hear about state workers not wanting to get vaccinated. For those of you who refuse to get vaccinated, you need to be quarantined, because the people that's picking up the Omicron, some of them are vaccinated and they still got it. So if you ain't vaccinated, what's going to happen to you? You're going to be on that death list. And chances are, if you ain't got vaccinated, you've talked to your spouse and they're not getting vaccinated. You're not getting your children vaccinated. You're the reason why we keep picking up 133,000 new cases every day. It's on your head. When I hear somebody say they're not getting vaccinated, that means they don't give a damn about themselves. They don't give a damn about their family. They don't give a damn about their neighbors. People like that need to go and be isolated somewhere, so you can be alone. $133,000 in one day when we got 3 vaccines. People are still dropping dead. We lost 1,200 people in one day. To lose one is a tragedy. 1,200. These people are dropping like flies. And because you don't want to wear a mask. You say, well, I ain't dying, so put on them. It don't affect me. I ain't worried about it. If that's not demonic, what is? Jesus says we ought to humble ourselves and put everybody else first. If you're too selfish, to wear a mask, keep your hands sanitized. If you're too selfish, you should be alone. You shouldn't be around other people who you could affect. You need to be alone. You need to be a recluse. You need to be on an island to yourself. Because there's people like that that's still fueling the virus. It's people like that. Anybody have any comments? Anybody want to make a statement? Anybody? There's the link if anybody want to hit it. Come give me their thoughts. You think I'm wrong? Hello? Anybody out there? Anybody have any opinions? Getting y'all to say something is like pulling teeth. Let's check on the news. Oh, this look whack.
A wild police chase of a school bus in Brooklyn leaves at least a dozen vehicles damaged. Police say that around 3 o'clock, the suspect rammed the parked vehicles while fleeing from police. The driver finally crashed the stolen vehicle at the corner of Jamaica and Sheffield Avenues and is now in police custody. Several people suffered minor injuries, and the investigation is ongoing.
Who the hell would steal a school bus? People are retarded. How you blend in with a school bus? Well, this 3 hours ago, breaking news.
WMAR2 News at 6. I'm Kelly Swoop. Detectives say 62-year-old Manzi Smith Jr. was arrested as a suspect in that murder. He's now facing several murder and assault charges, and he is no stranger to police. WMAR2 News' Brittany Berner has been following the story since the very beginning. Brittany, this hopefully has provided some sense of relief for the community.
That's right, because everyone is one step closer to seeing justice for Evelyn's family. And we are told the man arrested was recently released from supervised parole not long before that attack.
The Baltimore Police Department has identified and arrested a suspect for the murder of Miss Player.
The words family, friends, and the community have been waiting to hear.
62-year-old Manzi Smith Jr. has been taken into custody and has been charged with first-degree murder, as well as several other charges.
Wednesday, police arrested Manzi Smith Jr. the same day Miss Player's family laid her to rest. Smith now faces first and second-degree murder charges, along with countless charges of assault. Detectives say they were able to identify Smith after they matched his DNA left at the crime scene where Player was killed. And Smith is no stranger to police.
What we can tell you is that we know that he was arrested and convicted for crimes in the past that he served time for.
Detectives say Smith was on supervised parole until the end of October. Court documents show Smith was found guilty for a robbery that happened in 2014, and he served 8 years in prison for it. And although it took officers 2 weeks to make an arrest, they said it was important that they got the right person.
It took a while. It was more important for us to do this right than to do this fast.
Pastor Dante Hickman, who's the senior leader at Southern Baptist, where Evelyn attended, says hearing the man presumed responsible was in police custody was like a weight lifted off his shoulders.
I don't think there are any winners in this situation, but certainly it does our hearts glad that we can pursue justice.
And although it's still the beginning of the work for prosecutors, Hickman has faith they will do what needs to be done to get justice for Player's family.
I'm hopeful that they would prosecute to the fullest
I've seen that lady before
of the law, that justice would be served, because no one has the right to take someone else's life.
On the investigation, it does not appear that Smith knew Player at all. So right now, the motive for this attack is still unclear. And although Smith is innocent until proven guilty, prosecutors say they plan to hold him accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Brittany Werner, WMAR 2 News.
Uh-oh, this is from my state.
He's charged with assaulting women outside a discount store and sticking his hands down the back of their pants. Now he is in jail, facing several charges. But the Harford County Sheriff's Office believes that there may be more victims out there. WMER2 News' Jeff Hager is in Edgewood with more on these alleged crimes.
Police say the man preyed upon unsuspecting women as they came outside the Dollar Tree store here in the Edgewater Village Shopping Center. In early November, a woman leaving the Dollar Tree suffered an assault when a man approached her from behind and put his hand down the back of her pants. Just a week later, he struck again, only this time it was a female employee of the store.
Then on November 12th, we received a second call to the Dollar Tree in the same shopping center of a woman who had come outside of the Dollar Tree. And while she was outside of the Dollar Tree, what we believe to be the same suspect came up behind her and pulled her pants down to her ankles.
Police have arrested 36-year-old Televon Cornelius Jones, and he's being held with no bond in connection with the assaults. According to records, this isn't the first time Jones has been charged with this type of crime, and police have good reason to believe there may be more victims out there.
We got a little bit of information yesterday that potentially there was a third victim in this incident that was reported to Maryland State Police. So we're working with them to try to identify who that person might be. But we certainly believe, based on the suspect's actions and the frequency of the two events that already occurred, that there are more victims of this suspect out there.
He looked crazy.
With anyone else who may have been assaulted by Jones, you're asked to call Metro Crime Stoppers at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. Reporting in Harford County, Jeff Hager, WMAR2 News.
Hey, daggone shame. All right, we're going to Dirty Detroit.
As investigators piece together what led up to this tragedy, we are learning more about the suspect, Ethan Crumbly. 7 investigator Heather Catallo is digging into the 15-year-old's background, and Heather joins us now with what she has learned so far. Heather?
Carolyn, I'm in the village of Oxford right now where the suspect lives. And just like sheriff's officials, police here telling me they had no advance warning about this attack. But we are now learning some very concerning information that school officials met with this. Ethan Crumbly faced a judge Wednesday, just a day after he's accused of gunning down his classmates at Oxford High School. As detectives search for clues about what led up to the shootings, the Oakland County Sheriff confirming what the 7 investigators have been learning from several sources, that Oxford High School officials met with the teen and his parents about concerning behavior just hours before the shooting.
We had no information from the schools, but we have since learned that the schools did have contact with the student the day before and the day of the shooting for behavior in the classroom that they felt was concerning. In fact, the parents were brought in the morning of the shooting and had a face-to-face meeting with the school.
Sheriff Michael Bouchard not revealing the topics discussed during that meeting, only that his liaison officer in the school was not told about it. Bouchard also confirming the school allowed Crumbly to stay in the building after that 10 a.m. meeting, and around 12:50 p.m., the shooting started. The sheriff previously acknowledged that a handgun shown on a social media account that's believed to belong to the suspect is the same type of weapon used in the murders. But law enforcement are also telling us the 15-year-old has no prior school discipline issues and no prior criminal record.
We had no prior contacts and we had no prior information that this incident would occur. We haven't had any issues with that family or any weapons in the past.
The sheriff also telling us they're now going through mountains of evidence, including notebooks, the suspect's phone, as they try to piece together exactly what motivated this horrific attack. Live in Oxford, I'm Heather Catallo, 7 Action News. Now let's check in with my colleague, 7 investigator Ross Jones, with more on what the sheriff had to say today.
Heather, good evening. Sheriff Bouchard spent much of his press conference today trying to dispel many rumors that have been circulated on social media, separating fact from fiction one day after this horrific mass shooting. Now, Sheriff Bouchard said that there was no record that the suspect had been bullied at Oxford High School or had reported any bullying behavior. There was also no history of any discipline by the school. Sheriff said there was no evidence that the 15-year-old
Look at that dweeb.
sought treatment for any mental health conditions and was not in the process of doing so. And Bouchard said he has viewed the horrifying surveillance video inside of the school, saying it appears that victims were shot at randomly and were not specifically targeted. He did not release any of that video today, but described the evidence prosecutors will be using in court.
He came out of the bathroom, began shooting, moved through hallways and back through hallways, and was apprehended in the hallway. Never went into a room. If you weren't hit by a bullet, doesn't mean you weren't terrorized that day and won't have nightmares about it the rest of your life. Whether you're a parent, a teacher, or a student in that class, going through that building in the wee hours of this morning, looking at the disarray in the classrooms and the backpacks strewn across the floor, that had to have been an absolutely terrorizing moment in anyone's life.
The shooter fired 30 rounds inside of the school and still had 18 bullets left when he was confronted by deputies. There is no consolation for victims' families tonight, but this could have been much worse. Carolyn?
Yeah. I think he only hit 7 people, didn't he? No, it was 6 injured, right? And 3 dead, right?
A wild police
You got a dweeb. No, he a nerd and can't fight. He go get a gun.
Right now, a manhunt is underway in Philadelphia as police search for whomever shot an off-duty officer. The victim's car is riddled with bullet holes in the windshield and parked outside of Temple University Hospital, where that officer was rushed into surgery. It is Wednesday afternoon. I'm Sarah Bloomquist.
And I'm Rick Williams, in for Brian Toff. The big story on Action News is breaking news as detectives investigate the shooting of an off-duty police officer in North Philadelphia.
Action News reporter Bob Brooks is live outside of the hospital with what we know so far. Bob.
Well, Sarah and Rick, I want to start off with, I think, what is the most important piece of information here. This officer is in critical but stable condition. In the words of Philadelphia Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw, he's going to be okay. Now I want to bring up the video here and take a look at where this happened. It was about 1:30 this afternoon, 1300 block of Pike Street. Commissioner Outlaw says the officer was shot after some type of verbal argument with a suspect they believe who was inside of a gray sedan and has fled. The cause of this argument is unknown at this point. Now I want to bring up some more video from Chopper 6. This is video of the officer's car. We're not far away from the scene here at Temple University Hospital. He drove himself to the hospital. You can see his car with multiple bullet holes in it. We know he's 46 years old. He's a 13-year veteran of the Philadelphia Police Force. And again, we just got an update from Commissioner Outlaw. Let's take a listen.
Quite frankly, we're just lucky. We're very, very lucky. While we were here, it just so happens that there was a 40-year-old woman that was killed and transported here and was pronounced here at the hospital. It's no secret that we've had a very rough week. There's a lot going on. We know that, we talked even yesterday about the 14-year-old that was shot, about the Temple student that was shot, about the 16-year-old that was shot.
Well, Sarah and Rick, there's no doubt it has been a very tragic week here in Philadelphia with crime. Mayor Jim Kenney was here at the scene. He talked about it. He is now calling for state and federal law enforcement to come into the city and help aid the Philadelphia Police Department with trying to solve these investigations. We're going to have more on that coming up on Action News at 6 o'clock. But for now, that is the latest. For now, reporting live in North Philadelphia, Bob Brooks, Channel 6, Action News.
Bob.
Oh, that's Fox. Damn.
In Los Angeles made an arrest today in a killing that shocked the city. Here's CBS's Carter Evans.
This is one of the most protected and patrolled cities in the world. You will be caught and brought to justice.
Police say 29-year-old Ariel Maynor is responsible for shooting and killing Jacqueline Avant,
Why he ain't wearing a
the
mask?
81-year-old wife of music legend Clarence Avant. It happened in their home in the wealthy Truesdale neighborhood of Beverly Hills at 2:30 Wednesday morning. Just 1 hour later, police responded to another shooting at a home in nearby Hollywood.
He was in the house and collecting property, and then after that, somehow discharged a weapon and apparently shot himself in the foot.
This video appears to show Maynor with an injured foot being wheeled away from the Hollywood home.
Somewhere in the night, we had an astute watch commander at Hollywood that starting to put two and two together and reached out to Beverly Hills, and there were some similarities.
Like surveillance video of the getaway vehicle seen heading toward Hollywood and an AR-15 style rifle found at the second scene the detectives believe was used to kill Jacqueline Avant. Today, the family of the philanthropist and former runway model expressed gratitude to law enforcement and said, "Now, let justice be served." Police say Maynor had an extensive criminal record and he is out on parole. Detectives haven't had a chance to speak with him since he is in the hospital. Tonight, investigators have a gun, a car, and a suspect in custody. But what they don't have is a motive. Margaret?
Carter Evans in Beverly Hills.
Killed that old lady for nothing. Just sick. Oh, what that? I want to see.
Hello from ChinaShow.com. This is Mark Josie. Today, I would like to talk about the only one 43 caliber paintball marker that is qualified for less lethal and defense use. After so many months of testing and trying different things out. So there you go. It's a cheap, inexpensive, ugly looking Star Trek looking alien looking pistol. This is the Kingman, Spider, Chaser, or Eraser. They sell two models. The only difference is the Eraser or the Chaser have a metal receiver or plastic receiver. One of them have metal or plastic, whatever. Okay, the same gun, same internals. Why I choose this pistol over the nice looking RAV4 or Craft 4 is because, okay, now this thing here, you see, it comes in a nice hard case, and it looks so like a Glock, and it's fucking broken, you see? So it's not good. Okay, this one and this one. The look, RAV4 wins, okay? Always. I also bought the 6 hour P226 replica, the other gun. Well, yeah, these pistols, they look really sexy and very unlike with the real firearm thing. So this one, of course, looks like a Glock and with a metal magazine. Okay, very cool slide. But the thing is, it doesn't work. Okay, the first day I got my 6 hour from RAV4, this is a 43 cal. Okay, the first day I got it, it leaks. On the first CO2, it leaks, and then it never worked. So I have to send it back to Hero Army Surplus and get it repaired. And it still haven't get back to me after over a month. Okay, now this one, I just shot it like 6 CO2 recently. I haven't shot it for a while. 6 CO2 and the gun broke. The barrel cannot go back in. Okay, it's supposed to go flush here. It cannot go back in, and it cannot fire properly anymore. So it's really weird. And I have the first day I got this gun, it leaked and shit, and then I have to fix it myself. And then after fixing it, it worked, and then it sort of leaked, and then it sort of worked, and then sort of leaked. It's kind of fluctuating. And then recently I got it to work. Finally, it started to work. And then I shot 6 CO2 and the damn thing broke. And another thing is, you see right here, this part of the slide, I don't know if you can see it, but this slide catcher, when when it locks back like that, the slide catcher and this thing bangs so hard that the slide is already having a minor crack, and also this thing is deformed. Like you can see a piece of metal,
man, will you shoot him?
Curled up like that. So very cheap metal slide. Not my cup of tea. Okay, like pot metal slide. Seriously, on a blowback pistol, the kick on this thing is really good. As a fun shooter, you will find that wow, it kicks really nice and very, very realistic, and yet it has a very strong spring. So it gives you a lot of kick and a very realistic feel. But reliable wise is really poor. The quality on the slide is really poor. The seals is just the worst seal of air guns ever. And also this slide here, you will have a slide broken after a while for sure, because the slide is not built with quality metal. So it will wear out, it will break, and it will not work for the long run. And also the CO2 piercing thing, it just leaks like shit on the first day, and it always doesn't work well. You have to really try your best to twist it very fast and to get it working. So the thing, not reliable. Okay, for any emergency situation, under stress, you cannot do this kind of thing with such a bad construction, bad seal gun. So no matter how sexy the RAV4 is, I tried 2 and I'm done with them. Now, why the Kingman Chaser? Because I bought it for a few years already. I have abusively used it, abused it, and I did not clean it. Okay, I shot paint with it. I shot rubber balls. I shot whatever crap. I even shot undersized marbles. I shot garbage. I put crap in the barrel right here, and I shoot it out. I did a lot of crazy stuff with it. I tried to abuse it, and it never failed on me so far. So recently, I took the gun out, chrono, clean, lube, and do all the work, and then retest all the FPS and stuff. Try to tweak it to high power, did a bit of stuff. Well, okay, out of the box, okay, this thing can shoot around 2 to 3 joules. Okay, 2 to 2.5.
Google it for us,
the settings out of the
madam.
box. After my recent tweakings and the cleanup, shooting these projectiles, they're 1.5 grams, 43 cal plastic balls or PVC rounds. Okay, shooting these, I can get up to high of 4.1 joules and average about 2.5 to 3 joules kind of thing. It was 3 joules average. Yeah. So I did make the gun shoot harder. The hardest I can get is the 4 joules mark, but it's not good because the 4 joules mark, I pack up the spring too much, and I broke a rod inside here. So I replaced the rod and tuned it down. And so right now it's working fine again and working reliably and giving me about 4 megs of shot or 4 or 5 megs of shot. So one CO2 for about 40 to 50 rounds of 2 to 3 joules or 2.5 to 3 joules. And it's very reliable. Also, for the magazine, okay, I put 9 rounds, and you can put 1 round in the breech first and shove it in, so you get 10 rounds ready to fire. Really nice. And also, this gun is not so big. It's kind of big in the grip when you see it like that, okay? But overall, the size is not so crazy huge. If you're used to shooting replica air guns, this one will look kind of weird and kind of fat to you, but it works, okay? Trust me, it works. One very nice feature is here is where you store the CO2. And let's compare this, okay? You put the CO2, 12 grams CO2 in here, and you see there's a circle where you can really see the circle and put it back in, right? Okay, cool. Now take a look at this. This is the RAV4. Okay, you screw the thing out, and all you see is not a circle but a big area. So when I just put it in, it always misaligned with that thread, and it took me forever to find the right spot to screw it back on. So it's not sensible, right? This one is very easy. And also for screwing the CO2, this one you can see right here, you push and there's a pin that goes out. Now this thing you can put your thumb or finger, index finger right here to help you screw the CO2 in. You see how easy it is? Put your thumb here, and it will go in for sure. It gives your finger some support, right? At least. So if you preload the projectiles in here, put the CO2 on and leave it like a quarter turn, okay, like that. Okay, now the CO2 is not pierced. Okay, you cock the gun first, put the gun on safe. Okay, when you need the gun, you go to the gun and screw in, okay, like that, tighten, put it back in, unsave the gun with your finger, and you can shoot already. The gun will fire right away. It won't misfire. It won't have any problems. It won't leak. And I tried it many times. Put it there. Next day, just go pick up, and then boom, and it can shoot 10 shots really fast, really good. Now, for defense use, what do you shoot? Like, I mean, 2 to 3 joules. Come on, you won't kill someone or knock someone down with these things, right? Now, let me show you a few types of projectiles. Okay, this purple or blue projectile, there are about 1 gram. These are plastic balls, and there is a red mini bricker balls, 1.5 grams mini bricker balls from alternatebuy.com. These things do work for target practice. They will hit and break glass, but they're not the best and they're expensive. So the bricker balls, I would say they're good for target shooting. They're good for bricking glass. Now these are cheaper. Go to RAV4.com. Okay, I know I hate RAV4 guns, but I have to be honest with you. Okay, RAV4.com. Buy the these are called 43 cal plastic balls. Yeah, they're supposed to be training rounds for target practice. So one bag, you get like 500 of these, and you can use them for practicing at home. And you can see that the chaser or eraser usually shoots a little bit to the left and a little bit low. So aim a little bit higher, aim a little bit to the right, and learn your shot placement. Okay. After that, go to alternatebuy.com or RAV4 also sells some 43 cal pepper rounds. Ew, it smells. Anyway, pepper balls. Load it up. Load the gun up with maybe I would say safe. Okay, load it up with 1 round of PVC or the red or the yellow balls. 1 round into the breech, and the whole magazine, 9 rounds of pepper balls. These 43 cal versus a big. Okay, let me show you right here. Big 0.68 caliber versus a 43 caliber. The amount of powder inside these is like a quarter amount of the powder. So this one have 4 times or 5 times the powder. So it means that when you fire these small pepper balls, it will not be as bad as the big one. And it's good for indoor because you can control the amount of pepper that you're putting out, and it won't really make the shooter side cough like shit, and it will only harm the other side. So I think that the small pepper balls are great for home defense or whatever defense use. But these big ones, they're no good for home because after 1 round, everyone cough in the house. You cannot really use them and not cough. So yeah, even the bad guy falls down, but you also cough like shit. So it's not a good idea. The small one, they work. So if you have 9 rounds of pepper and 1 round of plastic, actually, it's quite a good idea. And you can use the amount of time that you earn from that to grab one of the big guns, like Tiberius T8.1 or something, and you have the time to grab it and use your other big guns. But this one is a good backup or a good first gun to use as a warning or whatever. It can do a lot of good deterring job. So I would say that this gun really works, and it really works all the time. So after a few days of really testing it to like extreme abuse, and also trying to use it on an emergency kind of way, it really works. And I would say the Kingman Chaser is one of the best 43 cal paintball marker so far, because it's so reliable, it's so simple to rebuild, so simple, so easy to upkeep and maintain. So stay tuned for my next video. I'll tell you how to tune the thing to a higher power for defense use, and also how
he didn't show us how it works.
do some cleaning and maintenance inside, and it's very easy.
I want to see him fire it.
Remember to subscribe and like. Bye-bye.
You let me down, buddy.
Hello from cheatnature.com. This is Mark Josie. Now this video,
that's the same one.
Right projectile, but then it's not to the powerful as you can get with a Tiberius T8.1. Now it's also very
All right, so let's see him shoot it.
out of all of them.
He already talked about it in the last video, so you already know about it.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'll load 6 round here. Okay, 6 round. Now let's go to the range, and today we'll be shooting glass, soup can, tin cans, and also pop cans and stuff like that. So let's go over there and take a look. Please put your protection on after my speech. It's going to be dangerous, so the range is going to be hot. Now this is a soybean sauce bottle. As you can see, it's made of glass. Bag it up. Just make sure that it won't shatter all over the place.
When you gonna send us some pictures or a video?
There we go. I'll put this behind a piece of wood so that it's not gonna fall over or whatever like that. Just want to keep things, tidy. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna shoot right here. Okay, right here, where the neck is, right here. Okay, guys, standing.
I used to have one of these back in
15 feet, 12 feet, 15.
2011.
No.
2012.
Take aim. Everybody, ear protection on, eye protection on, and stand behind the yellow line. Observe. Okay, let's go. Fire. Did it shatter? Yep, it did. I put 2 shots, but somehow there's a burp there. Okay, let's go up and take a look. The first shot, it already shattered the bottle, but not very obvious because it just dropped to the back. Because as you can see, it's gone. See the whole bottle, it's broken. Whoa! See, even pulled the neck off. So basically, you can see it can shatter glass. Okay, guys, this is a soup can. Let's see if it can punch into the soup can. One shot sounds very loud, but nope, it did not go through. See, it went here and gave it a dent. It didn't go through. And it's not so accurate too. I was trying to aim right here and it shot over the place. Not so good, eh? So, yeah. Okay. Now let's load up 3 more rounds with the breaker and test it out. Okay. 1 more shot here. Okay, very dangerous. It rebounds and did not hit it. So the gun is not accurate with the breaker rounds. Okay, right now we'll be shooting this one. Okay, not accurate. Okay, check it out. It went in, but didn't go through both sides. Went in here, didn't go through both sides. Okay, let's give it 1 more shot. There we go. Okay. So, okay, here, the round is inside. Okay. Okay, guys, now we have a cardboard, a very, very thick cardboard, not normal cardboard. This is very thick cardboard, and we're going to shoot one magazine of shots into it as fast as we can, pull the trigger, and see the groupings. So you can
Y'all see, it's not as powerful as the other gun,
the Tiberius 8.1,
but it's
which
smaller.
is very deadly accurate.
You had to
And
aim for the
this
face
pistol
with that.
is not so accurate compared to that. So here I have 9 rounds, okay? Okay, guys. Eyes protection, ear protection on, and let's go. Okay, guys, let's take aim and ready. 1, 2, 3. Aim, fire. Okay, 9 shots went in. So pretty nice grouping all around here and here. 1 shot flyer, smaller, tighter grouping. But then I was aiming kind of like here, and it went up or something. So yeah, not super accurate. And now we'll be emptying another mag right here just to see. Because it's a smaller caliber, you can see the hole and the grouping is kind of smaller and tighter as well. But let me tell you that aiming this gun is really not so comfortable, and it's not so accurate, meaning that you have to aim either lower or higher a bit, and I don't like it.
We're going to look it up.
It's a bit wide too, so it's not so ergonomic. Okay, now let's aim again. I'm going to aim to shoot at the same hole, guys. Ready? 9 rounds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we did 9 rounds. I was aiming here, and it basically it's almost the same spot. Okay, not bad. Now, how about one more magazine? You can see, well, to me, the pistol is not accurate because I aimed that spot and it's not hitting the same spot I aimed. But still, the grouping is pretty nice. If you can actually practice with the gun, it will get better as you shoot more. What can I say, right? You need practice. But the power is surely not as powerful as the Tiberius 8.1. Okay, here we go. Another magazine of shots. 9 shots. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Aim. Okay. So we did 3 magazines of shots, and I think that's it for today. Okay, guys. Let's take a look. Okay, guys, so we'll do a little bit of weight test here. First, we will try a normal paintball and see how heavy it is. Okay, normal paintball. 11.5 grains. We'll use gram here, okay? So, not even 1 gram. That's 0.74 gram. And then take it out. Rubber rounds. Rubber rounds is heavier and it's 1 gram. Now our glass bricker, whatever bricker, 1.5. You see? Okay. Hello guys, welcome back to the lecture hall here. So just a little bit of a reflection here. The power of the Kingman training pistol, shooting at maximum power because I can't even go more than that. And you can see that the projectiles we used, the glass bricker round weighed 1.5 grams, which is the heaviest projectile ever for this caliber. Okay, the other one, this one, the hard rubber, weighed 1 gram, and the normal paintball weighed only 0.74 grams. So that is a big difference. And here's some facts. The heavier the projectile, the more energy, usually. Okay, so meaning that harder hitting or more damage. And of course, it cannot go too heavy because the gas or the air that you will punch out from the gun may not be powerful enough to shoot that heavy projectile. And so it will just result in very low velocity, and it will not shoot very far. It will not shoot accurately, and it will not do whatever it's supposed to do. Okay, so this is the soup can. It just lightly dented and not even go through one side. Whereas the Tiberius 8.1, you see in my other video, it punched in and almost V-shaped the can, and it also punched through the can, stuff like that. This is a pop can. It went in here, a big hole. You see, big hole right here. Okay, a hole, and then it's inside. So it didn't go through both sides. Here, a hole. It didn't go through. So you can see 2 rounds is inside here. There are 2 rounds inside. Okay. Maybe we'll.
Yeah.
It didn't go all the way, and it's not ergonomic. It doesn't give you a good feeling. The grip is kind of wide, and it looks kind of like an alien pistol. So compared to a Tiberius, there are grooves for the finger. See, you hold it, and it feels so comfortable in the hand, and everything like the.
All righty. Bobcat asked for some links. So oops. Spelled it wrong. Oh, they have it on Amazon. Currently unavailable. Oh, just the reviews. I'll see if anybody else has it. Copy and paste. That's cute. So does it shoot guns or does it shoot pellets? Oh, yeah. Customer review.
Your MNP CO2-powered air pistol is designed for .177 steel BBs.
Oh, no, we
You
don't want
can
that.
locate the safety lever on one side of the lower
No,
frame
no,
of the pistol. Putting it in safe will totally disengage the.
All right, I'll take a look here. Yeah, they only shoot pellets. These prices are out of this world. Amazon prices are ridiculous. And we still haven't even found the gun we're looking for. All right. Let's take a look here. Scroll. So let's just see, get a price. It's out of stock. They want 149, 119. Where's eBay at? Let's go to paintball pistol. Zero results. Modified shotgun, that's kind of cute. Baby, go sit down, man. Are you in the heat or something? Keep it to yourself. Find something to do. Well, we're gonna have to do some research. But the farmer said, I did not know things were this bad in big cities. You said you learned today how to center pads on rotors and how to adjust chain so it shifts correctly. Just takes a screwdriver to adjust your chain. When you gonna send us some pictures or a video? Let's take a chance.
The Defender. If you think that a pepper spray is the best weapon for self-defense, then wait until you see the first invention on our list. The Defender is also a pepper spray, but it provides a much higher level of protection. It has a built-in camera that takes a picture of the attacker's face when spraying them. At the same moment, the photo and the geolocation of the incident are sent to the police. Thanks to this, the officers will know where to go and who to look for. You also won't have to worry for your safety after spraying. A special button will trigger a loud beep as well. It will attract the attention of passers-by and scare away the attacker. Pepperball Lifelight. The problem with most modern self-protection products is that their use often involves stress and puts your life at risk. For example, to actually use a pepper spray, you need to let the attacker get pretty close to you at arm's length. That's why Lifelight is so exceptional. It was developed by American company Pepperball. In case of emergency, the device will not only protect you, but it will also allow you to stay as far away from the attacker as possible. From the outside, the gadget just looks like a flashlight. And indeed, Lifelight can be used as a flashlight. However, in dangerous situations, you can press a button to shoot balls filled with pepper irritant. The shooting distance is up to 18 meters. To make it easier for you to imagine, let's say that it's about the same length as 3 SUVs. But that's not all. When hit, the projectile not only causes pain, but it also breaks, generating a toxic cloud with a diameter of 1.8 meters. This means that you don't have to actually hit the target. Even if you miss, you will still disorient them. The pepper powder is not lethal, but it causes great discomfort. Lifelight is ergonomic, compact, and it will fit in the glove compartment without causing any suspicions. The purchase will cost $300. Rubber band gun. We're willing to bet that at least once in your life you hurt yourself by accident while playing with a rubber band. Well, it turns out that the dangerous property of this product can be used for the sake of your safety. Here's a toy gun that uses rubber bands instead of usual plastic bullets. This is a folding and compact toy that weighs no more than 100 grams. You can easily carry it with you as a keychain. Loading the gun is really simple too. Just pull the rubber band and fasten it to the holders.
It's your rubber bands. Really?
Imperial White Provoke. Now let's talk about something more serious and sharp. Here is a folding knife from the Provoke series, developed by Columbia River Knife and Tool. Its surface has a snow-white coating, hence the name of the model, Imperial White. When folded, the knife is small and doesn't attract too much attention, but a button actuates a mechanism that opens the blade and puts the device in a combat position. The special shape of provoke allows the weapon to lie comfortably and safely in the palm of your hand. The weapon is made of high carbon and high chromium D2 steel. It has excellent cutting properties and is resistant to water, dirt, chemicals, and corrosion. It's 184mm long, but when folded, it's only 125mm long, and it only weighs 173 grams. The knife costs $200.
What's the name?
CRKT Tactical Pen. Appearances can be deceiving. This statement perfectly describes the next invention on our list today. Here's another device by Columbia River Knife and Tool, but this time much more subtle. It's a tactical pen that can be used to write. At the same time, it's made of durable aircraft-grade aluminium. The smart choice of material plus the sharp, elongated shape create a very dangerous combination. This means that in an emergency situation, this pen will help you protect yourself or fight off an attacker. The gadget weighs only 40 grams and it's 150mm long. The price is $65. Defender Ring. It's important to understand that not all means of self-defense have a complex design and bulky dimensions. Sometimes, even a tiny weapon can save your life, and this is exactly what we're going to show you right now. The American company Defender Ring offers a variety of jewelry for self-defense. It's noteworthy that the ring is no different from any other. The secret is that the protruding piece can be unscrewed, revealing a small but very sharp blade underneath it.
Really?
The manufacturer offers several different materials, from stainless steel to gold and silver. The outer tips are also interchangeable and can also have a wide variety of shapes. That is, the Defender Ring is not only a means of protection, but also a unique piece of jewelry. The price ranges from $59 to $139. Nux Keychain EDC. If you prefer something less delicate and refined, you'll surely like this stylish accessory. This is also a ring, but it doesn't have any detachable parts. The Nux Keychain EDC can be worn on any finger, and it acts as a mini brass knuckles, which enhances the impact and turns your fist into a weapon. The device is small enough to lie in your pocket and won't cause any discomfort when not in use. It's also suitable for everyday wearing as an extravagant ring. An additional advantage is its extended functionality. You can open bottles with the Nux Keychain EDC. The ring weighs 56 grams and is made of super strong duralumin. The customer chooses the external design as well. It can have any color and thus reflect the individuality of its owner. You can buy it for $15. Sabre Red Mighty Discrete. We've reached today's last invention, and of course it is as useful as the previous products in our video. Mighty Discrete is a gas pepper spray from the American company Sabre Red. When developing it, the creators thought primarily about convenience. That is why Mighty Discrete is 40% smaller on average than other similar models on the market. The spray is so tiny that it can be easily hidden in your fist, and of course, it can easily fit in your pocket or small purse too. The modest size, however, has not affected the level of protection. Mighty Discrete has a 4-meter radius and enough content for about 16 uses. All of the above makes this device one of the most convenient and effective ones existing today. The price is about $20.
What was the first one
But
again?
it provides a much higher level of protection. It has a built-in camera that takes a picture of the attacker's face when spraying them. At the same moment, the photo and the geolocation of the incident are sent to the police. Thanks to this, the officers will know where to go and who to look for. You also won't have to worry for your safety after spraying. A special button will trigger a loud beep as well. It will attract the attention of passers-by and scare away the attacker.
I wonder how much that'll cost.
Let's talk about something more.
It's called the Defender. Does he have it in his links? There it is right there, the Defender. Let's check the link. Y'all said y'all want to see some links. Well, how much is it? 7 years ago for pre-order. You don't have a... So what is it called? The Defender. Ah. That ain't the same thing. Amazon, you wrong for that. Huh? Of course, they ain't got no stock. Well, they don't have no price. Yeah. Is that it? That's Facebook. No, that's not it. All right, let me out of here. I'm done. I've been hit the back button. We're not even on the same page. What the hell? Y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I got a busy day tomorrow. It's the 3rd of the month. So this is just added stress. We already got a busy day tomorrow. We have a potential buyer on site Friday, 12/3/21 to inspect all units. The potential buyer is looking for repair needs that it may need to include in their budget or acquisition costs. You can discuss these with the potential buyer. However, the potential buyer is not our agent or the court-appointed reviewer and therefore cannot accept work requests that you need in your home. Please contact our office for all repair needs or matters concerning your residency. Please make sure the management office has a key to your home. We are required to have access to your home at any time. If you have changed your locks and we're not provided a key, the lock will be drilled out and replaced. In such an event, you will be charged the replacement lock plus labor costs and overhead, approximately $50 per lock. Sincerely, the management. So they have an inspector coming by tomorrow. I really don't want to be sitting around waiting for an inspector to come. I got too many things to do. I got to find a place to get a money order from. Then I got to find a place to get an envelope from. I got to stamp them. I got a stamp. I think I got 2 of them. I think I got 2 stamps already. So then I have to mail the rent off. So I ain't got to pay that extra $20 to use the card. It's a $20 charge to use the card. Yes. So I've been paying $6.90 instead of $6.70. So that's one thing. So we got to find a place that has a money order, place that has an envelope. So I might have to go to the dollar store and buy a box of envelopes. I really I'm trying to think of where there's a I haven't seen a Family Dollar where I can chain the bike up at. The one we always pass by, I don't think there's a guess we can take a chance. Well, I guess I could try to market. Maybe we can get it at the market. The market should have money orders. Maybe I can get a box of envelopes from out of there too. Or maybe they sell envelopes. Like I said, I already got the stamp. And I can drop it off at the post office on the way back. Post office at the top of the hill. So we gotta take care of that. Gotta pay the electric. Gotta pay the Xfinity bill. I ain't decided whether or not I'm gonna keep the Metro piece. Well, it's only $21. I might go ahead and keep it another month until I decide what I want to do. Since it's only $21, maybe I'll go ahead and pay it. But I gotta pay the $21. I mean, I gotta pay the $20 for the Xfinity bill. I don't know. Maybe I'll just let it go. I'm just not gonna be able to chat with y'all. You know, when we inside the when we inside somewhere, Debbie, go sit down, man. What you bothering that for? Why don't you go to sleep? I'm tired of talking to you. You know I'm doing my show. We've been doing this. You've been here the whole time. Why don't you go to sleep? You keep coming over here for? Sitting there messing with my oxygen. I need these. I haven't used it in a while, but I need them. The reason I haven't used it is I'm gonna have to clean all your cat hair off of it. If y'all know how much cat hair I cleaned up today, fur balls everywhere. All she do is shed. Shed, eat, poop, and want to be petted. I spent 90% of the day running behind her. I gave her a bath today. I washed the fitted sheet. I washed the sheets, the pillowcases. I washed everything. I washed the sheet, hung it up on the door. If they came out to spin it, let it dry. Put it on the bed. And right where she sit at, looking out the window, nothing but a bunch of cat hair. I put it back in the washing machine. I took my hand and literally scrubbed the cat hair off, right? I washed it twice more. Hung it up, it dried. I put it on the bed. She came and jumped up on the bed and left 3 fur balls. Now keep in mind, an hour earlier, I gave her a bath. I wouldn't grab her. She tried to hide from me. I got the brush. Do you know it was this, the brush is like this oval. You know, I had it was this thick. Just one swipe down her back. I gave her a bath in the kitchen sink. And I scrubbed her. I didn't just sit in there and take her out. I scrubbed her. And that much hair still came off of her. Like I said, she jumped up on the bed, and you can see, because I had just cleaned the sheets, it was actually standing out. Like, look at this. So you figure she'd be mad at me today because I bathed her and I brushed her with the brush. You know, cats don't like that. You said, put Carrier's cat on the back of you. They make all sorts of them. Cat YouTube views. Yeah, she want lovings. She not going outside because she not bringing no fleas back in here. Now she got a flea collar on. All you need is one flea to get in the house. That's all you need is one. All you need is one. I don't even like when she walk over there by the door. All you need is one flea. And they hard to get rid of it. You said cat more worried about the virus than fleas. No, fleas can actually kill a cat or a dog. Because see, they like to jump on. They're attracted by carbon monoxide. If something breathing, I mean, it got blood going through it, and they like blood. And then they like to drop eggs. And they can do it on human beings too. And see, the cats and the dogs, they use their mouth to try to pick them off when they biting them. And if they swallow them, it creates a tapeworm inside their stomachs, and they get ate out from the outside in. Fleas can kill animals. You say get a shot, then they will die when they bite. Hey, it's best not to have none. They bite human beings too. Anything with blood. And they can go almost a year without eating. Let them marinate. They can go almost a year without eating. So I was watching videos on cats and something came on fleas and it made me paranoid. I got a flashlight and checked her out. She was clean. I ordered her a flea collar. See, fleas can't fly, but they got a vertical leap of 7 inches. That means you could be walking in the grass and bring them in. They can jump on the tires of the bike. You can bring them in your house. So, like I say, she doesn't go outside. We ain't got to worry about it. Worry about no ticks. Worry about no fleas. That's why she a house cat. So we wash the sheets every other day. The blanket that's in the carrier, I wash it twice a week. She doesn't go in there much. Not paying attention is how you get caught and get caught up. We stand vigilant. Remember I told you I had that net problem? Chung Lee gave me some advice about pouring. I'll get some bleach tomorrow. Pour bleach down your drains. That was the first thing. Second thing was keep the litter box clean. They like to put their eggs. Because see, if you got a dirty drain, they like putting their eggs down there. Whether it be the tub, whether it be the toilet, whether it be the kitchen sink, or the bathroom sink. You should at least pour a little bit of bleach down all of them once a day. It's one net in here, and it was hatched. It's a little baby. I can't see it. I've been chasing it for 3 days. It's so small. Well, if it's so small, how did you know it was here? It had the audacity to come fly in my face. I didn't see it, I felt it. Today, I was doing laundry. I went in the bathroom to drain the washing machine. When I came back and sat down, something hit me in the head. I grabbed the spray bottle and started spraying. I couldn't see it. We're gonna wait for it to get a little bit bigger. Then I'll be able to crush it. But I only got this much bleach left. So we gotta get some. Remind me in the market tomorrow, y'all, to get some bleach. Remind me, let me forget. Get the bleach. Get the money order for the rent. Remind me. Because I'm going to get up, run up, try to handle all that, come back here, wait for the inspection. But and for those of you who might have big trash cans that you keep and you wait to fill up and then you take it out, don't do that. If you have any kind of meat that have bones in it, I don't know if it's the meat or the bones, but if you let, even if it's in a trash bag, even if you close it, they can smell it. And it attracts them. So the secret is, once you eat any kind of meat, whatever the bone, the fat, whatever you don't eat, didn't I tell you stay out of there? This thing been sitting here for 5 months. You ain't never touched it. Why are you messing with it today? Why don't you go to sleep? Play with your toys, do something. There you go, going over there to eat again. Like I was saying, if it's not enough to take outside, if you got a long walk to the trash can or the dumpster or wherever you live, anytime you eat meat, take it outside. If you can't, well, you don't feel like it, get a plastic bag or a baggie, put them in there, put it in the freezer. They're attracted to that smell. I don't let anything. Matter of fact, I fried some chicken yesterday. I was so tired when I got off yesterday, I went right to sleep. I literally got off here, went in there, sat on the bed, and fell asleep. Probably go do that now. But if you cook a roast or anything, if you cook a whole chicken, don't put it in a plastic bag and put it to the side or throw it in the trash can. It's going to make them come. They can smell it. Even if you got it in a baggie, they know it's there. I don't know how. I did an experiment. I put some bones in a plastic bag and I set it in the mop bucket. I let it sit there for a couple days. They couldn't get into the bag, but they kept hanging around it. Was hanging around. I don't know where they came from. So I said, okay, hold on. Don't get rid of it yet, though. Let's do an experiment. So I sprayed bleach on the plastic bag that was holding the bones. They still came. So even the smell of bleach, they can still smell the meat or the bones. They can still smell it. So if you can't take it outside, put it in the freezer so that it doesn't go bad. When it goes bad, even if you can't smell it, they can smell it. Even if you bleach the whole house, they can still smell it. That's crazy. But and the window, my top and bottom window, they both open. I didn't know that. I'm dead serious. I didn't know that. I didn't know the top and the bottom window open. I did not know this. I'm looking at you dead in your face. I'm telling you, I did not know this. But it does. And the top window, and I'm kind of mad because my heat bill been so high. That's because the window was cracked. It was cracked that much at the top. And that's how the flies and stuff were getting there. So we haven't had, since I closed that window, we really haven't had the problem. But y'all remember it was one day last week, we came in from a ride. And those of y'all that watched, y'all know it was two flies trying to get. They followed me up the steps and were trying to come in the room. We in the house. I thought I shooed them away. But I'm sitting there doing the show and a fly came buzzing by. I'm like, what the hell? As I got done with the show, I went to work. I sprayed him down real good and I went to hit him and he vanished. He popped up 2 days later. What was he doing for 2 days? But he popped up 2 days later. So I went on and got him, finally. And a little later on, I had fried me some chicken and I had some veggies and I went to go sit down and eat. Bzz, fly went by. I'm like, you sure? I thought we were done with this. So I got the spray bottle. I trapped him. His dumb butt went in the bathroom. So it was real easy to trap him in the bathroom. I sprayed him. And luckily I was doing laundry. And I actually had the hose on, filling up, the thing, you can take the shower thing and, wash yourself with it. I had that in the machine with the lid down to hold it. That's how I fill it up. And so you don't have to do it that way, but that's the easy way. I sprayed with the spray bottle and had them trapped at the bottom of the tub. Got that, put the water on them, right? Then took the bottle and smashed them, right? So we went days without seeing nothing. So today, I'm going in to check the laundry. And I see a net fly by. I ain't seen one in saw a net fly by. So I sprayed them with the spray bottle. And I made the mistake. I should have got the hose because the hose was still running. It was a different load, but the hose was still running. I tried to smack them with my hand. Do you know that sucker flew away? And he flew out the bathroom. So he out here somewhere. I don't know if he's still alive because I put bleach in the bottle. I don't know if he's still alive. It's bleach and soap in the bottle. So I don't know if he's still alive. But I said, damn. I had him right there. All I had to do was just go shawacka. And I stopped spraying the bottle and I tried to backhand him and he flew away. I mean, it was. So that means the bleach didn't slow him down. The bleach in the dawn didn't slow him down, which let me know that was supernatural. He said, "Oh, you can't get the last one." No. I gotta have something to irritate you with. No. How he was able to fly that fast? And I mean, I didn't even have a chance to even spray behind. He was gone. The minute he come out here into the open area, I had the sunlight coming in through the bathroom window, which is how I was able to see him. But the minute he came out here, he just blend in. But I'll get him. If he ain't dead, all right. He might be dead. I don't know how he flew that fast with bleaching dawn on his wings. But should spray a little bit longer. That was my fault. Trying to be fast. I should have made sure them wings was wet enough that they couldn't run. Y'all probably think I'm crazy. But I like an insect-free house. And it seems like something's always trying to come in here. The more I try to keep them out. I've seen, since I've been here in February, I've only seen 9 roaches. Y'all would say that's a lot. No, it ain't, because they ain't never been in the same month. But very sporadic. But since I got the new device, I put that in the bedroom, and I put a device in the bathroom. The first ones that I saw when I first moved in, they were adults, and they was even on this side of the kitchen by the wall, because the device is on this side. I've seen a couple come under the door. I've seen 2 come out the closet. But these last 3, they've been babies. That means somebody in this building got roaches, and those babies were so stupid that they came in here. Like I told you, the adults know not to come in here, but the babies don't. And I've seen 3 baby roaches in the past 2 months. Just 3. They all been dead. I don't know if the Borg acid got them, if the devices got them, but they all been dead. All of them. Not some of them. They all been dead. All of them. Dead. DAED. Dead. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get me some more boric acid. I'm gonna order some. I'm gonna order some in a couple hours. Money will come in the car, and I'm gonna go ahead and order some in a couple hours. We're gonna put some more down. You notice that I used to put the panty bags on the steps in the lobby when we first opened the door up. I did it one day, and I came in, and I put the music on for y'all because some bugs had got on the panty bag. And while I was putting the food away, I noticed it, so I started killing them. Just for them sitting there for not even a minute. The time it took to walk the bike up, those 3 steps and sit it in the hallway, they had got on the bags just that quick. And guess what? They got killed just that quick. I shook them all out. Had the spray bottle and the shoe ready. I killed every one of them. You gotta watch what you bring in the house. You gotta be vigilant. Before you open your door, make sure ain't nothing flying around behind you. I used to live in Brooklyn, and it's not that far from the water. I used to have a basement apartment. But when you got up the back, the front was underground. But the back of the apartment was on level ground. Don't ask me how he did it. I guess the same way when I was downstairs before. This side was underground, that side was street level. So that means that you are underground. So whatever bugs are underground, they're right there. But I had screens in the windows. I would see hundreds of flies, and that's just in the screen trying to get in, especially in the summertime. And they were just there. And no matter what house you went to, they had the same thing. They're there and they're trying to come in. And they congregate and they wait for you to open up the window so they can come in. I don't know why. But I used to get some bleach and put it in a spray bottle. I would go outside and I would just spray them. And they would run. And then a couple hours later, they come back. Like, this our home. Nah, you don't pay no rent here. I don't even want you in my windowsill on the outside. Get away from me. This is my joint. Go hang out in somebody else's windowsill. I don't like insects. And y'all can't see the floor, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 boric acid pellets sitting right here. It's 3 in the corner right there. It's 2 in that corner. It's 3 in this corner. It's 3 at the wall behind the litter box. It's 2 on the other side of her room. Right before the bathroom, it's 3. You go in the bathroom, it's 3. You look on the radiator, it's 3. I'm looking at the radiator now. I got a tablet at one end of it, a tablet at the other end of it. The radiator said this high about the ground. I got them there so the cat don't mess with them. I told the cat, eat it if you want to. You got 3 bowls of food over there. I don't know why you would want to eat one of these tablets, but if you do, that's on you. Because most of them smell you and they coming to get you. They say you're not supposed to wash a cat. I wash her every other day. She dumb enough to eat the boric acid. That's on her. I'm not buying another cat though. Tell you that right now. I'll put the bikes in the studio and be done with it. I didn't pick that cat out. My ex-girlfriend did. I asked her several times, why don't you take her? Oh no, she shed too much for me. No. Well, why the hell would you get it? Pick it out for me then. That show you how simple some women is. You had cats for 15 years. But you give a newbie something you won't take. Let them marinate. Didn't I tell you to go sit down? What are you coming back for? Go sit down somewhere. You keep looking at me. I'm telling you to go sit down somewhere. Go ahead. Go. She had like a bored housewife. We got 3 times the room that we had in the last apartment. She had like she bored. I gave her a new cardboard box to play in. She got a carrier. She got her play tube she can roll around in. We got her the thing. Remember, she didn't like it. Well, I put it in the corner of the bedroom. She still won't go up the top, but she likes the bottom. She don't like the top part. So I wasted money on that. But she'll go sit down there at the bottom. Once a week, I have to go sweep it out because it's carpeted and her cat hair sticks to the carpet. Luckily, we got hardwood floors. And I have to keep, well, what happens is if you step on a fur ball or if your shoes are wet, because of the saliva they use, it makes the fur real sticky. And it'll get under your shoes and you be walking and you'll be walking it through the house and it turns black. So you keep seeing all these black marks on the floor. And then you have to get the Swifter and get it up with the Swifter. And it's a battle. It's a nonstop battle. Because you can take the brush, you press down and you know the spikes come up. And you can brush her off and brush her off again. Come back an hour later, you can brush her off and brush her off again. It's the wintertime. Why is she still shedding in the wintertime? Shouldn't she be getting a coat? Not getting rid of one? I can understand if it was getting spring, it was getting warm. But it's getting cold now. So shouldn't she, why is she, I don't know. Anyway, I'm babbling on and on and on. All right, y'all. It's 11:32 here. Let me get out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to be leaving out probably about 10, 11 a.m. I'm thinking about going out. The market opened at 6. I'm thinking about going at 6. But I haven't charged up the lights. You keep saying get a vaccination for her. Who gonna pay for it? I can barely get through the month as it is now. So many things I need to get, I just learned to do without. If it wasn't for the few people that donate, I wouldn't make it through the month. Y'all are always saying, get this, get that. With what money? You need to get this, you need to get that. Well, send something so I can get it. If not, all you're doing is reminding me of what I can't get. That's all you're doing. That's not helping nobody. That's hurting them. We just lost somebody. See ya. Wasn't chatting anyway. So already, y'all, as Nia would say, see you soon. As I say, have a great night. Y'all take it easy, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're going to be on early. That's why I'm in the show early. Peace, everybody. We out. Thanks for watching.